Hi, Jerry Nelson, Life Coach. Welcome to my video series on conquering anger, and this is lesson 9, managing your anger through being responsible for your life. This is a very interesting question to ask people. If you ask people, well, who's responsible for your life? Someone will say, well, my mother, or my father, or my wife, or other people. And the truth is, there's only one person that can be responsible for their life. And so what the focus of this lesson on is to try to cut through some of the self-deceptions we have about other people being responsible for areas of our life, and for us to come up and actually be responsible for our lives. Another way of saying it is I'm responsible for the programming in my life. Now, when we're talking about programming for our lives, the question is, how do you do that? How do you program? Well, one of the ways is to do affirmations. And a specific way to do affirmations is to create I am statements. And an I am statement is a statement, I'll give you some examples. An I am statement is a statement saying what your dream, what your visualization for your life is. I am an inspirational writer. I am a master facilitator. I am inspiring people to their full potential. I am a humorous and happy presenter. I am speaking to sold-out seminars worldwide. I am helping people become, and then whatever it is you want them to become. I am making so many dollars per month. I am enjoying a net worth of so many dollars. I am spiritually in tune. I am toned, strong, and in great shape. So anyway, that'll give you some examples of I am statements. And what I've put up on the board here was areas of life that we could create I am statements in. The assignment in this particular lesson is for you to create at least 7 I am statements. So the question is, well, what areas of life do you want to create I am statements in? And you could be in spiritual, it could be family, I am the head of the household, I am a father, I am a happy child, whatever. Finances, fun and recreation, physical, mental, intellectual, career. In terms of physical, you could be talking both about your physical shape of your own body, or you could be talking about physical things such as cars or houses or other things physically that you would want. Mental, intellectual, and psychological is also thrown in on that. Is things of like I am a college-educated person, or I am familiar with I am statements, or in terms of careers, I am, and then what particular career you want to have. So anyway, any of these 7 areas could be a way to write I am statements. Now, that's a system that I particularly use for the areas of life. There's other, if you go onto Google on the internet and search areas of life or life's areas, you'll see many different ways that people conceptualize the areas of life. In the book, The Slight Edge, Jeff Olson conceptualizes life a little differently, and I thought I'd throw this up for you just so that you have another way to look at what areas of life you're concerned about. Well, health, that would certainly relate to physical. Personal development could be mental, intellectual, but personal development could be a whole bunch of other things. Developing relationships, or the quality of relationships that you have, that would be a way of looking at it. Finances is the same. And then he goes to a very interesting global area of life and basically says, my whole life, what do I want to be remembered for? What is the global, what is the overall picture of what my life should be? So I hope that'll give you some areas that you could create I am statements so that you could be clear in what you are making yourself responsible for in your life. Now, the whole idea of being responsible is to lower your anger in life. Now, it's very interesting if you start creating I am statements and you create tension. In other words, I'm making $20,000 a year now and I want to be making $50,000 a year. That could create the tension of causing you have more anger because you have expectations that are higher than what you had before. Well, that is a growth thing. It is not a trap for you to set up expectations that you don't fulfill. So, in other words, what you need to do is you need to create a life where you not only have affirmations, but that you also have actions that put those affirmations into being. Affirmations without action is delusional. Action without affirmations, in other words, action without clarity of where you're going, is self-defeating. It's self-destructive. It doesn't make any sense. What you need to do is create both of those, and when you start following things like the Slight Edge book that we've done a book review on, and you start doing baby steps, little things every day towards, instead of making $20,000, now you're moving towards $50,000 a year. Well, if you're taking baby steps every day, small things, easy to do, easy not to do, but you're going to do them, and when you do them, sooner or later you'll get to $50,000 because you're improving slightly every day and moving. So don't use the affirmation as a way to set yourself up to a false expectation or an anger-generating expectation, but use it as a way to do small incremental changes so that you actually know you're on path to create a much more successful, a much more centered, a much more valuable life to yourself. Now, how do you create the visualization, or how do you create the I am statements? How do you create that movement towards a better life? Well, the way that most people do is they create some kind of visualization. They might have a board, a bulletin board, where they put up the new car, the new house, the new career, the new relationship, or whatever it is that they're creating visualization for. And so that as they know they move towards that visualization, they not only do not generate anger, but they actually generate a very positive emotion of accomplishment. So you use visualization. Use visualization in your car. Use visualization in your house with pictures on a refrigerator, or with this dream board that I was talking about, or something that you put up on the front of the computer so that every time your screensaver goes on, you've got visualizations of what you want on your computer while it's on a screensaver. Now, my recommendations for growth in this area would be the books, The Success Principles by Jack Canfield, would be a book, Change Your Life, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life by Brian Tracy, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, Negotiating, any of the books that Roger Dawson has on negotiating. Now, how do you pass this particular course, this particular lesson? Well, what you do is you create the I am statements in at least 7 I am statements for yourself, and then create the visualization process where you're going to every day look at and review and maybe have a written form of I am plus all your I am statements. When you have that completed, you will have completed this lesson. And this is Jerry Nelson, Life Coach. Thank you for watching this video.